Hello, hello. Welcome in, Mac, Willow, Monkey Boy. Good to see everybody. Today's activity, we're gonna be working on the some of the battle moves for the new Chapter 3 partner. There she is. For that, we need a few things. That still doesn't look right. Mac, thank you for the 28 months. There it goes. It's gonna
How
read
many
it.
months to redeem the life-sized plush posy from the Dabble store?
And Monkey Boy, thank you for the lizard party. Look at all those lizards. Where'd they come? Okay. Almost a year, I know. So we were on... Oh, did the actual detonation work? The actual detonation should work, okay. Maybe, does it? Did we do that? Enjoy your lurk. Lurk. Oh, there we go. Null instance. Okay. Right. We still haven't made the... That's where we left off. We have to make the explosion. So we're going to make... What is that going to look like? What is that going to look like? It's going to be battle... Ooh, no. Battle, attack, bombs, firecracker explosion. There we go. Right now it's going to look like nothing. Sprite holder, that's where we create it. And we delete it after it. Okay, that makes sense. Great, cool. All right, well, let's see if it at least does damage. Oh, actually, it probably won't, will it? Because I didn't say that it's flat damage. It needs to be flat damage. We don't have any instances of flat damage yet. Hang on. Piercing and flat damage? Why not? All right, so let's see what happens then. I feel like this is lighting up too many things. I didn't update it. I didn't update it fast enough. Oh, Bach, welcome in. Thank you for the lizard party. Okay, the bombs don't get removed. And they do need to get removed. Bomb holder. It's bomb. Delete at the same time that we delete that. All right, firecracker explosion. What is that gonna look like? Just a big ol'... think we have any good shapes for this, do we? We could combine a few bolts. Maybe 4-point star. Well, let's just put some textures down and see what happens. And then like reverse. You can't really do much. That's kind of an explosion happening, right? There you go. Great. It's beautiful. So it needs an animation. Autoplay. Move these in here. And put a scale on this. Make it pretty quick. Okay, and then like wow. And then like wow. And I don't know, then just repeat that forever. Is that the explosion? Maybe if we do nearest. That actually kind of looks maybe better. It's fine. Turn billboarding on these. Ooh, never mind. There's a reason we don't do that. Okay, explosion gets created. At the bomb's position. We're gonna bump that up. Like a little bit, and also bring it a little bit out, I think. That's all right. Bring the total scale down. And then we also need a sound for it. Brace yourself, this could be loud. Welcome in, Liari. Let's scale it up so it's more of a pop. Oh, and we can just turn on autoplay, and then we don't have to use the script. Okay, well, let's try that. Oh, also, don't forget, move that to the SFX bus. And that should be fine. It's like a weird reverb on it. But it does work. Okay, I think we need to update this little mini game. It needs... We don't want to highlight it until you've gotten it correct, I think. So this is out. If is correct... Then do this. Actually, do this always. And also some kind of little indicator to tell you which one you're working on. So for that, we need a sprite 2D. Set to... Well, I wish there was an easier way to get that, but it's fine. And as usual, enable region. And pick which one of these we want. We could use this guy right here. Looks like a pretty good one for what we're doing. But we do need to rotate it. And I guess we'll lerp it. Pointer. Hint button, hint button, hint button. The current one is this one. So what if I just say pointer dot global position dot x, lerp it, towards the current input displays global position dot x. Is that... There's a chance that that's going to be off by a bit. Does this just work? Yeah, that's what I was figuring would happen. Is that we'd be off to the... like pointing to the left-hand edge. So we could add, just as a, we know how big they are. We know that they're 50. Okay, that's much clearer on which one you're supposed to do, which is great. Okay, cool. Good little update there. All right. All right. Things to draw. We have to actually draw the firecracker. And then we need a new pose. Maybe a few new poses for Molma. A good chance to have her just looking utterly deranged. We'll draw a new mouth for her and everything. Good old Posey. Icon for when a move doesn't take a turn. Okay. Now, Thousand Year Door didn't display this either, because there was a badge you could get which allowed you to instantly switch partners without using a move. So you would select change partners, you would choose the partner, but nothing about that would indicate, when you had the badge equipped, that doing that action would not use a move. I think I want to move this over or something, but not now. So, like, assuming that a move doesn't take energy, we could add an icon to the side. Maybe Molma is the only one that gets a special icon, because it's just such a different thing for the attack to not use a move. Like, she could just keep doing this technically. We do need to add something that says you can only use it when there are bombs on the field, because this is very silly. A little clock icon. So we're gonna need a clock icon. Because I don't think that this has anything of the sort. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is going too far. Well, now you've gone too far. Oh, this one too. Boy, when you turn the grid on, you can see just all kinds of problems. Oh, you're okay. Okay, so we need an icon. Oh, no, not these are reserved for partners. This was going to be reserved for more items, but why not? At some point, I kind of want to add like special, like a little icon for every single move. Like every move gets its own little icon. Nope. I'll be right back. I am needed.
Yeah, I gotta show off my Curbska impression because I've been working on it, and I think I've got it down now. You know, practicing in the mirror. It takes a bit, but I think I finally have captured. I think I've finally captured Curb's true essence. All right, here we go. Hey guys, it's me, Curbska.
Wait, where are they?
Oh, we're back. We're back. Like never before. Do I want to like use? Do I want to get out the tablet, or are we just gonna kind of like close enough with it? We might need the tablet. Okay. So the idea is that I want to specifically indicate that a move takes 0 actions to use. We don't really have an icon representing the concept of an action in this. It's kind of come up in the idea of like choosing to swap places. But that's it. Stopwatch. Classic stopwatch, pocket watch, classier. Hello. Okay, talking to good old Posey. Okay, that's vaguely the circle I need. It's a little bit lumpy at the bottom, but... And then, like... something like that. Sure. It's probably about right. Get a nice gorgeous blue here. A white. And now some minor shading on this, just a little bit here and there. And then, I don't know, like sure. Great. I'm going to leave the tablet out. It needs to remain out here. Okay. Now, how do we represent this? How do we, like, in code, how do we tell... How do we describe this? It is special to the move. So maybe we would describe it here and say, hey, this move is special because this one is a free action. We'll call it a free action. I would love it if we didn't have to do this here and the presence of this did it for us. So how do we do that? How do we pull that off? Free actions. So that's going to be battle menu. Similar to where we get cost, not the player attack. It'd be the partner attack, right? Well, no, the partner. There's no such thing, is there? Is there? There's player specials, targeting, items. No, I think this is just it. It's just whatever unit it is. So we need to do some kind of special definition. Cost type. I guess that's where we would want to pass it in. Is right here. If move free action and cost equals 0, then let's pass in this special icon that can override the regular cost stuff. Action is the special cost type. Because all moves cost 1 action. So we're trying to specify here, like in this case, cost type is a little bit different. So we need to go jump over to add item on the menu instance of standard menu, which is combat menu. So combat menu has an add item function. And there's cost type. Okay. Now, normally, cost type doesn't show up unless cost is 0. Or non-zero, I mean. But in this case, it is going to show up, but special. If it's action, then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 500, 400. If cost is less than or equal and cost type is not action. Okay, there we go. It's kind of a special case. Is that enough already? Let's find out. That might get us the icon already. Yeah, look at that. 0 time. I would prefer that this pink here is not that way. We need a combat menu item. Combat menu item. This right here. The cost panel. Oh, it's a theme style, isn't it? Yeah. Ugh. No, can't really mess with that very easily. Like, maybe... Well, yeah, kind of. There's a little bit of color tweaking we can do with that. Yeah. GB cyan, yeah. Okay. So that's the cost panel itself. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Just a little bit at a time, just a little piece by piece. So now, well, I should do self-modulate. Which is self underscore. Because that way it doesn't propagate down into the icon. The icon I want to remain normal. It's just that little colored panel. There we go, look at that. That's very obviously different. What would you read? How would you read this when you see this for the first time ever? You know? Turtle. It's like suddenly it's the first time you've ever seen something with a different color. That's weird. That's gonna be weird. And the first time that you see it, it's gonna be grayed out because you can't use it because there's not gonna be any bombs out. It's a shiny. I feel like this move should have the possibility of dropping a bomb. Just one little firecracker. Not every time, but just enough that you're like, is that close enough? Ooh, is that close enough? Because what you could do, let's go slow-mo. In this little mini game, you could have a maybe difficult to hit area that has a bomb in it, and you could grab it, and then as soon as you deal the damage, a little firecracker would be left over in a random distance from there, and then boom, you've got some extra damage on the board that you could use, you know? I think that could be useful. Like, honestly, if we did something like that, it would almost make me want to make Detonate not a free action. You know? All right, battle moves needs another. For consistency, tactics menu needs to be updated. The switch, not change partners. Isn't that, where is it? How much would it cost? A turn. Like, make it, it's free, but you use your turn on it. Because if it's a long enough battle where you've actually laid down a few bombs just by virtue of being good at the main freebie move, then you might consider like, oh, you know what? I think I could finish the battle by detonate these bombs if I detonate these bombs now. If we do that, if we do that, then I think the main firecracker move should be either rebalanced or completely replaced. Consider, instead of a bunch of little bombs, I don't know, one big bomb or some kind of other special effect. Where is not change partners? Let me look at the tactics menu. something's up here. Oh, I got rid of it. Swap order is no longer in this menu. It used to be in the tactics menu, but it's not anymore. So, okay, so that one's fine. We don't need to do anything with that. Oh. Okay, first things first, we need a firecracker. This is not good. This is placeholder. It's not gonna fly. I kind of want to put it in this massive sprite sheet because I think it would also make for a good icon for the attack. Maybe we should consider starting to swap out some of these icons. This was supposed to be just for items and key items, but it's kind of turned into everything that can show up in a menu ever. So it is going to get pretty huge, but I think we just have to kind of deal with that. There we go. Now we're talking. No time like the present. We'll leave room for lots of items, of course, because we're going to have lots of items in the game. Look at all. A lot of these are key items, but like boom, and then all these. Way more items. Yeah. A 1500 by 1000 PNG. That's a desktop background. That's not big at all. These are small textures. These are 100 by 100 pixels. Like when you zoom on this, you can see the squares. Like there's not that much going in there because these are meant to appear in a menu. It's pretty small. So it works out. So I want to leave room for items to make it easier on me. So let's start the bomb right here. Let's make our bomb right here. Right here's our bomb. Firecracker. I think we go. You know what? Maybe just a little like a little TNT stick. You know. Just a little. Nice little TNT stick. Oh, with a fuse, of course. Of course. Well, hang on, let's do it this way. Classic. Great. And then to finish it off, great. You know, I'm tempted to put a little bit of frog script on here. Just make it say TNT. You know, frog script. Everybody knows frog script. Make it a little bit more subtle, though. A little Easter egg, I guess. Save. Save this image. All right. Now we're talking. Now let's work on this. Firecracker, shish boom ba. Cooking with peanut oil. Yeehaw. A lit firecracker definitely needs a little bit of, you know, a little bit of sizzling. How do we want to do that exactly? Actually, I know I've got just the thing for that. All right, hold on. There we go. Scale that down, of course. That doesn't look great in its current state. Not at all. So never mind. Let's use this other one. Better. Yeah. Modulate to a nice yellow. And if I could just like make this go wild. New animation. Automatic, add track, property, rotation, colon, Z, as they say. And now let's just randomize each of these a little bit. How many degrees? 50. How many degrees here? 100. How many degrees here? 10. How many degrees here? 15. How many degrees here? 25. There we go. It's a simple effect. It's a very simple effect, and it's good enough. I love it. I love it when an effect is just good enough. All right, next up. Partner moves. We're going to add a new element here. Icon index. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. In the battle menus, we've got a nice 9 right here. Icon equals move.get Icon index default to 9. There we go. That should make it so that it appears as TNT in the menu. For the first time ever, not a little crosshair. Because every attack so far has had this little red crosshair symbol. And now finally, we get something a little bit different. That's the wrong move that I edited the icon on, but there you go, there it is. It stands out. Let's throw some firecrackers. They are not particularly animated right now. Why is that? I didn't set it to autoplay. Aha, okay. That's fine. All right, so let's update this icon index to go here. I'm really writing a check against my future self right now by saying every move is going to have its own 100 by 100 icon that I have to draw. We're going to see what happens with that. That could turn out to be quite a lot of moves that we're making. Maybe it'll be fine. Okay, next up. New poses. New poses. All right, commit these changes so far. Yeah, it would be a lot. Okay. I think we're gonna fake the bomb. The bomb is not going to be actually part of the icon. So we want kind of like a... So let's have a new animation called Pitch. Or wind up. All right, so we need this front arm pivot. We're gonna mess with the rotation of this. This is gonna be a one framer. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be a, maybe it'll be like a really quick, like a little wobbly, but I think it's probably just gonna be a single pose. All right, so let's get her arm. Get her arm facing. There we go. That's. We're gonna hide the cane, I think. Body rotation. Get her reeled back. Let's go ahead and get her front foot. Her far foot. Position and rotation corrected. She's getting ready to hurl a Molotov cocktail. Yeah, we could have a little bit of wobble here, I think. But like not much. I mean, that definitely doesn't look great. But I've seen worse. think we slow it down more. Maybe that's the way. Okay, that's getting somewhere. Arm far pivot. Okay, the wind up. The cane can be hidden now. Visibility. Remove cane. And we'll paste a bomb there. I guess head can get can we get a little bit of a head wobble? Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit annoying because the bomb is gonna be stationary, which kind of breaks the illusion a little bit. The throw animation. I guess we want a throw. Wind up and the pitch. Dun 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 dun. Okay, cane remains hidden. This one likely will be just a one framer that we'll just hold for a bit. Body rotation. Bring it forward. Feet. Near foot position. Bring it back. Ooh. She looks dastardly. She's up to no good. Bring it up significantly higher. Not that high. Head. Rotate head downward. Arm pivot. So that is through it. Does it still need to be scaled the opposite direction? Not sure. Let's find out. That might be okay. You know what? We do need to give her just a little bit of... She's allowed to wiggle a bit here. She's allowed to wiggle. It adds a lot more character to it, I guess. But this one does need to slow down. Because that one's... She's only going to be in this position for a little bit. Okay, pitch and wind up are the ones for that. So that is for throwing the bombs. Change animation. Yeah, there we go. So firecracker. Once we get a result... no, before we get in a result, we change to the wind-up. And she's got the bomb. So to do hold bomb. Makes sense. And then as soon as we get the action command result, we're going to change to the pitch animation. Ooh. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit tricky. Do this. Okay, so I want to also add a new cue here, which consists of immediately change to the pitch animation, wait a number of milliseconds equal to result times 250. And then change back to idle. And that's it for that. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how that turns out. Let's throw firecrackers. Here comes the ads, by the way. FYI, watch out for that. That's fine. The bomb should come out higher, though. So when we create these, bomb start position is going to be up 1 plus target directory, or target direction, source targets 0, negative 0.3. So like away from the targets. I want to kind of aim it vaguely towards her hand. That seems all right. That seems okay. But I do think she should have a bomb in her hand. Yeah. So let's get a create sprite here. All right, so temporarily in the bomb start position, hold a firecracker. And then delete it when the throwing actually begins. This isn't going to be in the right spot, is it? When we're holding the fake one. Guess we're going to find out. Yeah. So it needs to go a little bit more to the left. Like a little bit. Oh, see, that's great. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. And then detonate is a free action currently. Why is it still doing no damage to them, though? There's a question for you. It's piercing because it's flat damage. It's flat damage. It's supposed to be... I had it set to 0 damage. It's not accounting for her natural power because it's supposed to be like represented as an item that even if she's buffed up and like, oh, I do triple damage now, she's still throwing the same bomb, so it shouldn't increase the damage output there. How much should one of these do, though? That's a balance question. We're not going to worry about that. Okay, that's great. Now we need an animation for the detonation. We need a detonation animation, which means we need a detonator. All right, back to the literal drawing board. Oh, she doesn't have, okay. This is not a big drawing, I don't think. Let's just make a little 300 by 300 to start with. And also let's paste in a few of these pieces just for scale. Well, maybe 300 300 is not good enough here. This might be a little bit better sized. Okay, so imagine there she is. Vaguely like that. Don't worry about all this. Okay, and then she pulls on up, and it's like, all right, I'm ready to blow up my bombs. That's not how she talks. Just so we're clear, that's not canon. All right, detonator. Big old box, right? Big old box. It can be a little bit slanted. We want a little bit of whimsy, you know? But we also want an enclosed space, because that makes coloring easier. Like if the proportions don't work out quite right, that's actually great. Whimsy is required. Yes, 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 yes. Kind of a rusty. We may adjust that color slightly. We need a bomb icon on it, I think. That seems right. That seems right. But it needs to be the dry bristles. Dry bristles are great for this. Beautiful. Okay. So that's going to be the base piece. Let's get a nice little bit more. A little bit of this for some of this shading. Wait, this kind of looks. We do need to change the color of this because this just looks like Dabble's head. Yeah, a little bit more wooden, perhaps. Let's get some nice big wood grain strokes here. There we go. Looks great. And now the plunger. This can be much simpler. But it does need to be a separate frame so that it can be animated individually. It'll go down this high, so... There we go. Looks good to me. something like this. Da-da-da. Boom, boom. You see? You see? All right. So that and that. Crop it. Ship it. Throw that in. Dabbletail's art. Actors. I guess it's actors. The detonator. Okay. There it is. Okay. Goes in the mole folder. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, this is needing to be part of does this go in her animation canvas? I think so. So if that's the case, it needs its own Node 2D detonator. Yeah, the move won't actually move it. The move will just trigger a baked animation. Sprite 2D. We're going to call that base and plunger. See, because it plunges. Great start. Maybe even a little bit big. Just looking at this. Yeah, it might be a bit big for her. Let's scale that down a bit. Make it a little bit more her size. Look at the sub viewport. Make sure that it is still... Oh, it's not going to, of course. Jumbo sized. Add this to the container. And now make sure it still fits within the confines of the sub viewport. It does. So now we're going to make a new animation called Detonate. All right, so we are done with this for now. Character animation is a timely process for me. I need to remember that next time I'm making a game, that this is something to steer away from, is a game with lots of different individually animated characters. Okay, here we go. Kane. No. It disappears. Don't worry about it. Body is probably going to need to rotate a bit. Just to get her close. Like, I need her arm to get closer here. Well, actually, you know what? No, it'll come down with the sequel. 1 year after the release of the game, yeah. I'll be like, all right, time for another one. Too close, too close, too close, too close. Unless I bring it down a bit. I don't know. That still feels a little bit too close. Okay, and the arm far pivot also needs to come into play here. It probably needs to go up and then down. Yeah, just a little bit. So definitely make sure that we've got the position of this on lockdown. How long is this animation going to be? I don't know. Play it by ear. Well, that's too far. That's a little too far. We'll end it here. And then it'll come down to here. Too far. That's probably good. So now we need the pivots here. This one is arm near pivot rotation, arm far pivot rotation. So let's just move those arms a little bit. Oh wait, no, hang on. First off, we also want the body to rotate. And we probably also want the body position to change. Let's go ahead and get the position locked in. And then immediately scoot it forward a bit here. Okay, so here we want body rotation up. So she'll go. Oh, that's not up. Oh, that was body position that I moved. Okay, so we'll go. Well, that's entirely too slow, but it's the right idea. Yeah, I wanted to bring the hammer down. And that does need to involve the arms actually rotating a bit with it. So arm near, we can mess with the position and rotation a bit. And then when it comes down, okay. Head pivot. Get a little bit of head wobble. Always a classic. Give me like a -5. Give me a 5. Give me a 6. That's pretty good. Let's actually give her a little bit of bounce back on the head here. A little bit quicker. I want this whole thing to happen a little bit quicker. That's fine. Okay, there's detonate. That looks pretty good to me. The detonator is just going to appear. Ooh. That is a good point. Detonator needs to not be visible. Visibility of detonator. Default needs to be false. Okay, there we go. All right, done. Detonate is the animation, so we need to actually make that animation happen. Q. Oh wait, hang on. Ugh. Oh, this is pretty awful. Yeah, I need to append an action cue here. All right, step 1. Detonate. Step 2. Wait for 0.9 seconds. Step 3, do all of this stuff that happens down here. Which is all of this. Okay, let's give it a go. This move is gonna be pretty cool looking. Oh, wait. Execute this, which happens instantly. Wait a certain amount of time, and then change back to the idle animation. How long do we have to wait here? Wait time equals bombs.size times 250 milliseconds. Okay, now let's try. So after they all have been triggered, then she changes back to her idle animation. All right, throw some bombs. Detonator. Here we go. That's pretty good. Honestly, I think that animation looks really slick. And so I really want it to be in the game, and I want to make sure we make it happen. Let's see here. Yeah. So, based on that, ooh. Okay, this is still doable. This is still doable. We can grab the burrow move. Burrow navigate. So silly. We're gonna add a new one here called Bomb. And Bomb is using 0, 1000. There we go. Bomb does not have any modulation. Let's see, and then where do we position the bomb? And also, there has to be some kind of alternate. Oh, does there? How does this work? Ah, there it is. Okay. So we want to know the name of the parent and check to see if it's bomb. That's obviously that's not a good way to do it, but when body enters, normally that's the fail condition. Okay. Bomb. If that happens, delete that. Maybe play a success noise. What do we play on? Do we play any noise on a win here? No, we don't. But we can do this. We'll play a noise on a win, and also bombs collected equals 0. We will add 1 to that value, and then we can read it. Where are we going to position it, though? Where to position it? Completely at random. It should be at the same X coordinate as a rock, but a different Y coordinate. And we're gonna assume there's only ever gonna be one bomb, but later we could consider changing that. All right. So burrow. We need the bomb. Let's see here. Bomb pause equals rand range from 1 to rock count to add. If rock count to add equals bomb position, then we need to put the bomb here. Oh wait, we need to do that further down when we get our new rock position. And then the bomb's Y position is going to be Y index posmod Y index lane wise dot size add one to 3. I mean, it basically comes down to pick one that isn't 1 to 4. Okay, I think that works. Now we're not reading the bomb anywhere yet. Oh, look, there it is. Okay, and it does give me a little bling. I wish it was a little bit harder to get. It's supposed to be just an extra little good to have. It's like you might be able to get a little extra damage out of this, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's going to be you have to decide when to take advantage of things that work out in your favor. You can't count on it. Okay, so then grab the bombs collected variable. Now, how do we get a hold of the value in the action command? I believe I do that action command instance. Okay, so we need battle manager action command instance. There we go. Bombs collected. Okay, so I need a bomb to appear. How are we doing that? How are we spawning a bomb? Oh yeah, this can only happen if results is, like, if you successfully make it. Okay, so if you made it, then append a new action command, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be kind of the same as this, of create a firecracker. Fire a tween to position it. And then also append it. Oh, yeah, look at this. You know what? This can be extracted. This logic can be extracted. Spawn a bomb. Give me the path to the bomb. Well, let's start with just, it's this, basically. It's do this. Start time in milliseconds. Okay, so we're gonna make a new spawn bomb. Takes in firecracker path. Delay milliseconds. What else do we need? We need the bomb start position, of course. Sprite holder. You don't need that for anything else. Yeah. So that we can just create. Okay, so that should deal with this one. Bomb start position. The target's position. Ah, well, see, this one is tricky because that is randomly decided here. And the roll position as well is based on the direction it's going. Maybe I want roll distance or something. And just base that on start position to that. But I do need the target position generated beforehand. These can independently handle that. All right, so target position gets in here. Okay, arc time. Ah, that's a fun one. But yeah, we'll throw arc time in here. How long will it be in going up to the crest of its throw? And then the final thing here is the roll position. We're gonna change that to be roll distance. So we're gonna say roll distance as a float. And then roll position is calculated as target position plus sine of, well, it's roll distance times the sine of, so -1 or +1, target position dot x minus start position dot x. Yes, definitely that. Okay. And this roll position is going to be this. Okay, well that's much easier to have that all squared away in one function. Are all these variables used? Target position. Yep. Looks good. Oh, we don't need this anymore. Okay, so now we can spawn a bomb as part of this. For each bomb, spawn a bomb. Firecracker path. Delay 0. Spawn it immediately. Start position. That is the target actor position. Target pause? Yes. Target pause. Now, where are we sending it? Bomb landing equals target position plus vector 3 dot left times random range -1 to 1. Sounds good. Bomb landing arc time. Not a huge deal how long that takes. Roll distance. Also randomized. All right, that's that. Maybe. Let's see if we get some free bombs. Looks good to me. Now let's confirm we can detonate it. That's good. That's cool. That's fun. That's fun. Now, hold on a second. That took a turn. Because I never actually made the freebie moves actually freebies. Free actions. So that's got to be in the targeting menu. It'd be right here. We would say, well, somewhere in here it will say to deduct, I assume. Right? Actions. Execute, use the move. On move. Surely somewhere around here it actually deducts one action from the unit. Where does that happen? Really, Posey? Come on now. Come on, Posey. There's a dog in the distance barking. Actions remaining. Where do we reduce that by 1? Come on, Posey. Come on. Oh, it happens here. Oh. She must have stole her wisdom, yes. Okay, so I do need to add it back in here. I need to say, hey, if it's free, then I get my action back. There we go. That said, I don't think Detonator is going to keep being free. Because it feels very... I mean, well, it'll still be no cost, but it will take a turn. Also, still need to make it functionally not possible to use it if you are... if there are no bombs out. Photon! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hope your stream was well. Your Discord was blowing up the other day. I don't know what was going on. But man, I popped in to catch up and I was like, this keeps going. It just keeps going. That's good. That's exciting. I just splashed water on my face. I have a drinking problem. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Things look like they're going really well, and I'm excited. A bunch more people in it. That is fun. That is fun. I feel like I need to have a lot more done on my game before I try to I've got some particular communities that I'm very tangentially involved in that I think would be great sources of players. Because I wanna make sure I find the right audience. I know who I'm looking for. No, I think it works very well for your project because yours is very driven by you don't have a set plan of this is exactly what the end product is going to look like. You've got lots of leniency built in of I've got some ideas of some directions to take this, but there's still a broad spectrum of ways that this game could go. I have a pretty singular idea, like even down to the plot beats. So it's like I've got micro wiggle room. You know, the specific enemies that you might encounter. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Let's add something like this. But it's exciting to have kind of this sort of blank canvas project going on. I mean, not blank. You've got broad strokes, I guess is what I'm getting at. Your strokes are very broad. And that makes for a very fun project to get interested in, like for outsiders. That's like a fun thing to sort of attach to and be like, oh, I wonder Oh, you know what? If he hasn't just said one way or the other on this, I wonder. Oh, could he do this? Oh, yeah. I want to get involved with the community and make suggestions, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be where the people are. But yeah, that's fun. Yeah, definitely. Who else was doing that? I remember. Is Starground still in early access? Has that still not hit 1.0? Let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at this. It is still in early access. Unbelievable. Oh, it's been a fun project to watch grow. You know, I've really enjoyed seeing it kind of slowly fill with life, in a sense. Birds. There need to be birds. Oh man. Just think of birds. Wouldn't that be amazing? Because then you have to. I mean, modeling the low poly birds is one thing, animating them is another, but oh gosh, you don't want them getting too close to the planes, so now you gotta build a whole system where they kind of like, I'm gonna steer away because the player is over there. Duck! We need birds. We gotta have birds. That is exciting. That is exciting. I got another friend who's not really from the game dev community, but he is on Twitch, who's been working on a game in secrecy. And he's very hush-hush about it. And I don't know when that's supposed to be gonna. I think Al tested it off stream, but the whole project is very, very secretive. So I don't know what to expect from that. It is so fun. It is so fun to have a secret project that you can just unleash on people. The first big project, second big game dev project I did since streaming was a maker style game that I've shown off a few times. And it was entirely vanilla JavaScript, which was a very, very, very bad idea. But I was doing a lot of JavaScript at the time, so you got to understand. But I was able to do pretty much the whole thing without flat out telling the community like I'm working on a game. Oh, you'll see. No, it was just boom. There's the trailer. Get excited. It was, oh man, what a fun moment that was. Maybe someday we can do that again, but I have an entire RPG to make, so everyone knows about that one. Today's big thing has been sprucing up the art and animations for our little mole friend here. So the big thing is she's got animations for throwing the firecrackers now. I mean, it's mostly just a little... Oh no, that doesn't work. Vector 3 to float. Roll distance. Yep. I just want 0.3. There we go. Oh! The knockoff Monty Mole. Is the video game? It is, Al. I've been making animations for Molma. Look, she can hold the bombs now. And very crappy throw animation that's just the arm bent terribly. But I'm thinking we're gonna change it pretty significantly. And also, she now has Detonator, which is listed as I got a new property that I can throw on moves called Free Action. And the idea is if you use this, it doesn't take your turn. And now that I've finished programming in the ability to mark things as free actions, I think we're actually going to remove this from Detonator. And I'll explain why. But this is the Detonator animation. It's pretty straightforward. There you go. It's piercing, so it ignores enemy defense. It's flat damage, which means it ignores the player's strength. That's it. So, here's the thing. Great. So here's the thing. I made a change to Underwhelm, the dig move. So now you can see little bomb icon, and if you hit the bomb icon, you get a free bomb on the field. Which means free damage. Area of effect even. Not a very large area of effect, but like, that's power right there. That's some significant power. So my thought is, if the base dig attack deals 2 damage, then after you land 2 dig attacks and you have managed to successfully get the bombs out, depending on the position of the bombs, it may actually deal more damage for you to spend a turn doing a detonate rather than doing another dig. I think that's cool and good to have like choices. It's like, oh, well, you could save up another bomb there. So I think it is worth making Detonator not a free action. You actually have to spend a turn to do it, but you're going to get free bombs from Underwhelm. And that leaves the idea of, well, what do you do with this move here? Yeah, she kind of has her own resource system of bombs on the field, and she alone gets to trigger them. So maybe... Demoman? Okay. Huh. Alright. The original idea was make her good for area of effect. And that's still doable, but it becomes a 2-action thing, which makes it less good. From a balance perspective, one thing we could do is just change this move to be cheaper to use. Still throws out 5 bombs, but you have to use a turn to explode them. Maybe for 3 energy instead of 4. That might be enough right there. Then everything else kind of just falls into place. I kind of like that. And that lets us just kind of move on from tweaking her move set. It's a little silly with its randomness, but I think it works. Oh, we've been tweaking all right. We've been doing some tweaks. See, that was easy. Just do nothing. Oh, see, now that's not a good land. See, so it doesn't always help because I got the bonus bomb, but can't do anything with the bomb right here. That's worthless. I was thinking it would be interesting to have give her some kind of later moves that actually do other things. Yeah. I mean, and of course she can have these 3 existing ones. Something else that you can do with the bombs other than just immediately detonate them, you know? Yeah, like some kind of vacuum up the bombs and then chuck them. Reposition them all. Magnet bomb. Actually, what if magnetic was a status effect? Don't worry about why are the bombs magnetic? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Even them out. Do we need modules for individual partners? Because that kind of thing seems like a module kind of thing, but I don't love the idea of a module only affecting the moves of one partner. There will be to some degree, but there's not yet. My current, okay, the system I really would like to include, but will be so difficult, not by coding standards, but by amount of work, amount of moves to make. I would love to have a tag team move. One of 2 upgrade. Oh, tech trees! Everyone loves tech trees. I want to have tag team moves. And the idea is it's a special sub-menu that only partners have. And it lets you swap out your partner with a different partner, and you have a specific, unique move for that pairing that they do while they are mid-swap. And so these should be very flashy, maybe a little bit expensive to use. Maybe not expensive. Maybe it's more of like they do a really quick, like maybe it's not even an expensive thing. Maybe it's just like you have to unlock it, and all you really get as a reward is, yeah, when you are swapping between these 2 partners, you can do 2 extra damage. You know, it's kind of like it's effectively like you can swap to this partner for free. Like you can still use an attack. The attack is swapping out. I don't know exactly how I want to theme the learning of that. Like maybe each pair of partners gets a little cinematic scene together in like a training dojo. But that's like, I ran the numbers on that. What is that? That is 15 combinations. That's 15 combinations of partners. And each pairing would need like a specific little move that's a fun little animation. 15's not prohibitively terrible, but that's a lot for a system that may not even get much use. Anyway, that's one thing I want to do. I don't know what items you're collecting to get that. Is it just you're spending money? Is it just you're having to do little quests to get them? I don't know. It could be each one of those is tied to a side quest. Like a side quest specific to those 2 partners. And the side quest only opens up if you have those 2 partners available. And then you do that, and then it's like, oh, they grew closer as a team. Oh, inter-party dynamics. They're learning about each other, and they're talking to one another, which, you know, I've got a few cinematics in the game where all the partners are going to be kind of communicating a bit, but it'd be really cool to get more of those cases where it's like, all right, there's 2 partners out at once, and they're talking to each other. The other day I did write a little bit in part of the chapter 3 cinematics. I did do a little fourth wall nod to like, oh yeah, this is Dabble and I'm Kat and Leon is he's around here somewhere. I don't really know how that works exactly. Just dumb bits. Yeah. Partner upgrade. He's in the robot. I was thinking of saying, and that lizard that's hiding just behind the robot is Leon. Or he's just off screen. Partner upgrades. I want more moves. I want them to be able to get more health, and I want them to get their tag team maneuvers. Those are the 3 things that I want partners to be able to get. But yeah, deciding how you get those is tricky. I don't want that system of upgrades to be available until you get to a certain part of the game where that opens up. But like, geez. What do you spend on that? More collectibles? Bobs? A second place to spend bobs? Maybe? Thousand Year Door had 2 major coupon collectibles. Shine Sprites and Star Pieces. Star Pieces could be spent on special rare badges, and that's it. There was one vendor underground, and from the start of the game, you could see every single badge they had for sale. And so one of them is like probably one of the best in the game, even though it takes 7 badge points to use. It's really, really powerful. And then Shine Sprites are used for upgrading partners. I think it was like 3 shines for their first upgrade. And then after a Chapter 5 quest, you unlock the ability to do a second upgrade for 5 Shine Sprites. And I think there's just enough for everyone. So 8 sprites, 56 Shine Sprites? Jeez. And the Star Pieces were everywhere. Like, they were just like... It was really silly how everywhere they are. It was just like, behind this fence post. Slightly obscured by this bush. Under this invisible panel. Those sucked. Because one of them was in the train, so if you missed that, then good luck. Bob's, maybe Bob's could become... Maybe Bob's could be used for both. Partner upgrades and other stuff. Yeah, maybe shadowy character in the alleyway appears in another place that you can only access after a certain point in the game. And he does teamwork stuff for you. Or maybe it's just 3 pigs with like, I don't know. They're like a combat trio. They'll train you. Talking pigs? What? Anyway, yeah, I do want to have partner upgrades. Thousand Year Door links getting a new move, getting stronger, and getting a health upgrade. That's all. Pigs in a coat. I don't think we've got any pigs in coats. You get all 3 of those from a single partner upgrade, which makes them feel very powerful. And the problem is then that they become like the de facto partner. It's like, well, I do twice as much damage with this partner. That's huge. Why would I ever want to be using the other partners? It really does make it so that the other partners feel very weak. I would typically just upgrade Goombella because I wanted to fill out the tattle log. And so she's out here dealing 4 damage a turn at the same time that Mario can only deal 2 and all the other partners can only deal 2. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. So I don't know about damage upgrades. That's going to be tricky. But more moves, definitely. I've got some ideas. Okay, last thing we need to do to get Molma working properly. Temporarily, let's just, as a balance change, Firecrackers is now 3. Okay, last thing we need to do is detonate. Needs a requirement. So, requirement. This is currently only used for enemy attacks, but we're going to add it to regular attacks. And it's just a way of saying you can only use this move if the requirement is met. Okay, yep, if requirement in move. Yeah, take it out of the available move set for an enemy. So we're going to do the same thing for our own combat system. Player attack menu. Cost type. Oh, we don't... Oh, can use. Can use. Here we go. Requirement. If requirement in move, then if move dot requirement, and you pass in the source. Okay. If you don't meet the requirement, then can use move equals false. There we go. Done? Maybe. This is fairly straightforward, I think. Non-existent function requirement in base dictionary. No, you don't like that? Oh, because it's a call. Okay. Probably should have been able to figure that out from how this one worked. Yeah, move.requirement.call. Okay, that's what I needed to do. So my syntax was fine except for the .call, I think. All right, here we go. Yeah. Can't use it. And now you can use it. Ooh. That was pretty good. Okay, nice. I think as is, take out the free action flag. These moves will need descriptions. That's just flavor text, so no big deal there. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. Okay. Let's maybe do this. This is something that little Toadette found. So you get these instructions in the lower left, the controls. Ooh, nice. Oh, this isn't good because it's just gonna win. I need to make sure I'm instantly failing these instead. But I am interested to see, can I full clear it? Ooh, nope, 7. Okay, but notice that the controls are still there. So that's a problem. So after a special move, after special moves, yes, here we go. Action command path. Breakout special. Yeah, we start up these hints, and then we just don't clear them. So I need to clear hints at the end of it. So I need to manually do that on all of these. Breakout special, done. Match special. Almost. Done. And recovery special. Wait, no. Recovery special. Done. There we go. That should do it. We do need to test the fix. Don't just assume that it's good. Sure. Just a little flicker there. Nice. Oh, sleep. I saw that one. Poison. Yep. I wonder if it is. It probably is possible to get a full. Oh, you guys just had a rough day. Okay, good. Actually. Uh-oh. What? 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 So, what? Source is null. Get final damage amount. Ah! He's taking poison damage. Poison is not a source. Poison just kind of happens out of nowhere. Okay. Cool. I broke poison damage at some point. This is the kind of stuff I'm going to have to really check before we make any change to the demo release that's out there. Because I do want to do an updated demo release at some point, but I can't really do that without having some more features to actually play around with. All right. Now does everything look good? No. It deleted these. Huh. Okay, I actually need to do it when I set results. Recovery special. Not here, but when I set results. And then one other special move. Breakout special. Don't remove the hints here, remove them here. Okay. Let's just get one special move to complete successfully. Oops. Oh no. It's gone still. I cleared the hints entirely. Okay, hang on. That's what it is. You don't want to clear the hints completely. You want to clear just... Oh, well, I'm already doing that here. Left and right are getting removed here. Oh. Show hint left, show hint right. Okay, it's that right there. So not this. Move, confirm, clear those hints. And then recovery special. Left and right. Left and right. Well, wait a second. Are those not getting... Hang on. Hold on. No, Posey. Match special, breakout special. Okay. Something's not working quite right here. Okay. Boom, look at this. It's still here. Steer left and steer right are here forever. Is it because... Is it because... Okay, clear hint takes in an ID. Where are we setting the ID? Display text. Display text being the second argument. Ah ha 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 ha. So clear hint should not be taking left and right. It should be taking steer left and steer right. Well, now hold on though. Maybe, perhaps, clear hint should be allowed to do either. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's clear hints. And then clear a single hint. Looks for matching hints. I'd argue that we want to do this. And then we are set. Now it will clear them whether I pass in the ID or the display name. I don't know why I was using the display name previously. Okay, good. Now confirm and cancel are the only ones. Yay. That is fixed. Take it off the to-do list. Cool. Okay, I think we can wrap up then. Firecrackers look great. Mulma is looking so good with her detonation. The one I don't love is that looks terrible, but whatever. We can always clean up animations later. I guess what we need to do next time, since we're working on moves and battle stuff, we can keep that momentum going by actually working on, I guess it'd be Chapter 3 mid-bosses and bosses. I think that's the plan. So that'll be for next time. Let's go. Is Germdove still on? He looks like he's still on. He's still there. He's still there. Perfect. We're gonna go raid Germdove. He's doing Jackbox. Everybody loves Jackbox.
Next stream will be planned for Sunday. Current goal. 5.5 weeks left on chapter 3. I think we can do it. I'm a little bit worried about the boss stuff. Bosses in chapter 3 are much more involved. But fingers crossed. We'll see what we can do. All right, everyone have a wonderful night. I will see you next time. Goodbye.